Alright, so I got appropriate information for the characters' names. At least that's something. But I'm gonna try not to move so much because I listen to my editor and I hear the squeaking. Ticks from mostly from my bed, so I'll try not to move as much. I'm gonna keep this around at least 30 minutes because I want to actually put images in here this time, so please bear with me. I'm so sorry that you have to see a black thing the entire time. Or gray thing, I'm not really sure what I can call it, but let's continue. So we appear with Naruto and his team, Amoy and Karyui? Yeah, Karyui. Karyui, yeah, I'm just gonna know that. You can roast me in the comments if you want, but I don't think there's anyone that's gonna roast me yet. Karyui. If someone wants to feel free to point that out, please do. But as we see them right in front of the door to the tuning exams, Naruto easily can tell this was the door to this was a fake door. And he was like, Because if I didn't, because I didn't want to mention this, but each lane has their own respective AI. Star went with mendicant bias. If you're wondering where that is, that's from Halo Deep, like Halo 4 in our lore. Yeah, go check that out. He's actually pretty cool, but also a piece of shit too. Anyways, so let's continue. He had a mendicant bias. He told mendicant bias to get a sweep of the area. So he did. He figured out where the actual room was, and he told his team to hold on tight. He grabbed their shoulders and just teleported. Guys, if I didn't say this, he's basically Shisui level at teleporting, but he just doesn't consider moving that fast. He doesn't like using the body flicker that much, so he rarely uses it unless he's getting to long distance. Or he just wants to teleport to a random area. That's pretty much it. But, continuing on, he basically went and tried... Well, he went there, sit down with his team. Because I'm pretty sure I put... No, Yugito's on his team. So Amoy is just the only person there. Yugito is... I think I made him 2 years older? Yeah, Naruto graduated the academy early. Let's go with that. I don't care what I said in the last one, he graduated the academy early. To be with Yukito. Okay, Raikage allowed this. He allows this shit to happen. If I remember, I said there were 12, and Yukito's 14. So, 2 more years for Yukito to finally get something out of this. 2 more years for her to get something that she's been craving for a while, let's just say. But due to this, they went down there. Was it the torture specialist came in and told everyone to shut the fuck up and sit down, pretty much. And so he did. So they did. Yeah. Like, and Naruto doesn't really need to pay attention because he's like, oh shit, this is all easy, motherfuckers. But what catch his, you could say eye, but it's really ear. What he catch from his ear was, starting off you were at 100, but he heard starting off you're at 100. Wait a second, this must be a test about cheating going through Naruto's mind. I was like, alright. So he, because each, was it Amoy as well? I'm just gonna do Amoy because, no, forget everything about Amoy, just go with Karyui, because I want the tomboy and the cat girl. I want that. You're two gonna be jealous. Because Naruto considers Amoy more of like a regular friend than anything. He didn't really I'm recording this at like 5 in the morning. I don't care. But he considers more of Kyrie a like guy friend than a girlfriend. Like a girl friend. Alright? Not like that shit. Dipshits. Anyways, like that. And so he really just hangs out with her, and pretty much that's it. But Ito gets jealous of this. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Ito gets a bit jealous, but she doesn't mind it. She pretends not to mind it, but yeah, let's continue. So they all have like little earpiece they keep in, like at least one on their right and left. It doesn't really hinder their hearing at all actually. I'm gonna say tail beasts have ears and tail. Each tail, the Jinchuriki has an ear or tail of the respective tailed beast. And so Gar would have the one-tailed Shikaku's ears and tail. Yuta would have two, because let's just say she's gonna have the two tails behind her with the cat ears. Yeah, we're doing that, boys. We're doing that. But going on, Yuto. Well, anyway, going on respectively, he tells them something interesting, but he was like, well, just I know all the answers. I'll just give you them. So he just got all the answers. They all sit there. Naruto decided to take a nap because no one would notice. Like they realized his test was done. And they were confused how the fuck his tests were done within 20 seconds. He just gave his teammates, because he can plant images to their retinas. If I remember correctly, retinas are their eyes, so you can just write in the retinas and show images. And so he showed them images of his test. And so basically from that thing, they basically passed without even getting caught once. But then when the test finished, because all the Konoha, well, the Konoha getting, because they all heard the story of the Hokage's son, and there was supposed to be a big bounty whoever finds him. Now the fact that he's here, as well as Hidden Cloud, they're kind of pissed. More Hinata. Because if they didn't, I think if I didn't explain this before, he tried to save Hinata. He did eventually save her, but only getting beaten up because one of the kids had a kunai with him. And so the kid scratched and cut him and even stabbed him. And he still protected her. But when Hinata saw this, she just said demon. And she does not, well, she remembers this, yes. But she's somewhat mad at herself for saying that, because she said that out of response, because everyone says that to him, and she was somewhat mad at herself for doing so. So in turns, Naruto has a very big grudge against Hinata and the Hyugas, because her Hyuga bodyguard literally kicked Naruto straight in the chest, breaking 2 of his ribs. And he grabbed Hinata, and not to speak of this, because if something like this was directly brought up by the Hokage and he saw it in person, he would of course take a stance. He'd think he pretends to be a good father figure. At least he pretended. So they were like, he swore not to never speak of this again. And so to this, he hates the Hyugas. But we're not gonna go on with that. But the fact that Hinata tried to cheat off his test, he's kind of pissed. Because Hinata, let's just say, dark matter is very, very unique. Not only is this one of the strongest things in the entirety of all the realms and void, it only rivaled by light matter, which is basically armor made out of light. It's easier to say it like that. Light matter is something contrary to dark matter. Naruto wore light matter at one point when he was the god of time, and only the god of time. But now, since he's the god of space, he wears dark matter. Dark matter usually takes form of his host's power. So let's just say if I were to give this to, I don't want to spoil the rest of them. Who is gonna be background OC? Okay, let's just go with Void. I'm not gonna explain who Void is. He's just the god of the void. Each respective realm has like a god and goddess who rules over them. So the void's gonna have a goddess and a god. So in turns, Void, if we were to put armor on Void, it wouldn't necessarily light up completely, but if it was light matter, it would light up completely, because he would pump his energy in there. Since it's a light energy, it would more or less just be glowing void purple, like how would I say it? Like amethyst. If anyone knows what the amethyst looks like that ore, the I don't know what you call it, crystal amethyst looks like. It's basically like that, but you can see how like an infinite nothingness in it. It's like calming but reassuring at the same time. But going on, if he would pump his armor or power through it, it would become glowing white with amethyst or void purple. So if Naruto were to do this, he could literally make his armor glow orange at some areas, like his eyes. He really didn't care for that because you just use it for intimidation if you want to be fucking honest. Hold up a second. Who the fuck would be intimidated if they saw a guy with fucking glowing eyes and a helmet who no one has ever seen the face of other than a few people in the cloud? Yeah, I would be fucking terrified too. So don't come at me. And so Hinata couldn't see through the armor, and she was shocked by this. So she planned to ask him after this, but receiving word that she received a bit of word that don't talk to the Cloud Ninja, especially the one who covers his face. And she was intrigued by this. So she decided to follow him a little around Konoha for, let's just say, a few hours after the test. That's what she's planning on. So after they finish the test, they see Anko. Naruto looks and sees Anko. She was about to break the door. And let's just say, due to this, he let her face through the window. Actually, no. He basically made fire around her and made her break through the window in a flare. And due to this, her entrance was a lot more cooler. And she was like, wait, I didn't call this fire. I'm like, yeah, I did. Because it didn't say. He can use chakra natures. He can only use like 3. But he can use other ones. It just drains a lot more chakra than the originals. He knows fire in case of something, and he knows earth for something too. Though it's not his chakra natures, he doesn't use it almost at all. Since you could realize the next test was going to be tomorrow. So Anko broke through. Due to this, she was like, huh? Wait, my flashy entrance got flashier. Hey, who did that? Naruto just raised his hand. It was me. Like, well, thanks, kid. You're my favorite. Like, sweet. He was just like, sweet. I'm your favorite now. Do this. He was more or less just, oh, Christmas. more or less just felt he liked this teacher, this instructor for the test, but he'll save it for another time. It more or less just boiled down to him trying to, I guess you could say, somewhat just get on the good side of the instructors at the leaf, so it could be a little easier for later on. But let's continue on. We see Naruto leaving his team. They said they were gonna go back to the hotel. Naruto was hungry as hell, and they're wondering how the hell he's not full when he literally ate like a full-on buffet at like a Golden Corral or some bullshit like that. I don't know if I'd actually never eaten at Golden Corral, so don't come at me. Let's just get. He goes to a barbecue, not barbecue, buffet. He eats everything on the buffet, and that's basically his breakfast. And they were hungry. How the hell he's still hungry? And so they're like, I'm not testing this. I'm like, he shows like, I'm gonna, my hands are gonna go, they're gonna break if I try to cook his food. And like, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere and get some food. So he does. He stumbles upon like a heavenly smell, cause I guess we can say, since it's nothing in space combat for right now. For right now. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do space combat. That's gonna be way too weird to do. But due to space combat, or he would be able to close it out. Cause, to be fair, he's traveled through many different worlds. He's given assistance to a few. And so there's one AU where he was a Spartan in Halo, because I like fucking Spartans, now fuck off. And he did have the armor. He did realize sometimes I need to do space combat. Maybe there's not going to be oxygen during the one times. So he prefers water combat because of his elements. And he doesn't really need to go up to breathe air anymore, because his suit provides that, or armor provides that. So it's pretty much, even in a water prison, he wouldn't budge. He's like too fucking good in a water prison. But who cares? Anyways, he phoned upon this smell. This smell was somewhat familiar, because he does remember. He remembers vaguely of this place, because he forgot all about it. He wanted to forget his bad memories, so he sealed it up a little bit. He remembers some things. He does hate Minato. He actually, no, he didn't seal up any of the memories. He does hate Minato. He hates Medma, but he loves Naruto and Kushina. He loves them. He still considers them family. So he went to this place. Hinata was walking around with her team. They were following him. So was the rest of Konoha 12. Yeah, you can count 12. Or, actually, let's just say Naruto was 2 years younger, and Menma was born a year after, and Naruto was born a year after Menma. So, in turn, she would be, how old? 10? So, she wouldn't be following them. So, she will be considered part of Konoha 12 when she graduates, okay? Alright. And so, due to this, they were more or less following Naruto. They saw him take off part of his helmet, and the part of the helmet just went to the back of him. Like, it was called there for some reason, and they were confused because it attached to his armor without him putting it there. So his mouth part was open, and they saw 3 whisker marks and scarred, like, because the scar for the whisker marks that they did in the first episode are still there. Don't get me wrong. They didn't turn into scars. They turned into more whiskers. So he's more defined whiskers now. And when they saw the whisker marks, like, wait a second. Menma realized who this was, and he was pissed, because the fact that his brother, or this demon, went to the cloud and became a ninja before him, he's pissed. He's really pissed. So he naturally wants to walk up, but the rest of the people just say no. He starts eating. He fucking eats a bowl and in like 30 seconds he's asking for another's. He's getting more bowls by the time he almost has 100 bowls done, and he pays. And the guy was like, "You're my best customer now. You're my favorite." It said that you're part of the cloud. Like, I know, man. Me too. I would love to stay here for this ramen. This is like the best ramen I ever eat. Because ramen's still a ramen addict. Naruto's still a ramen addict. He considers ramen like a dessert. Like along the lines of me who considers chicken wing a dessert. No, fuck off. Like Wingstop chicken wings, don't come at me. Those things are bomb. Anyways, due to this, they're like, "What the fuck is this kid?" And then he looks over to them. He's like, and he just appears behind them. And he's like, "Hello, I noticed you since the first bowl. Why don't we talk a little? 'Cause you appear you want to follow me, and I don't very much like that." And due to this, it more or less just became a constant thing. It was more annoying to him, so he just wanted to end this quickly. And so, when he teleported them to, oddly enough, Training Ground 7 for Team 7, or Team 7's training ground, because I don't know which training ground they have. And he appeared there with all of them. He's like, "Why the hell were you following me? I just want to ask this really quick before I gotta go back with my team." He's like, "We followed you because Hinata and Neji couldn't see through your damn armor." Like, "Oh, that's only natural. This blocks all vision from the outside." And they were confused because none of them knew how that's fucking possible. If you can see through this, like, don't question it. You guys are too stupid to understand this type of stuff. Anyways, why were the fuck you were following me? I don't know. We were just intrigued, and then I saw those goddamn whisker marks. You piece of shit. Because Ayame and the ramen guy, we're calling him Ramen God. Ramen God was just like, "It's good to see you," because they served Naruto. They considered Naruto like a little kid. But when he disappeared, they were saddened. And they still remembered him. When the fact they saw him, Ayame literally jumped over the counter and gave him a hug. And let's say because he had his helmet on, but he didn't have the mask, like Kakashi. Like, the mask goes all the way up to his nose. Then the visor starts from his nose, goes a little bit more up so he can see, and it ends there with the top of the helmet. So he took off the bottom part. And then Ayame landed on him. She was kissing him and was like, "Hey, if I'm getting a kiss, might as well." So he kisses her back. She did moan. And the Ramen God was just like, "Naruto, don't do it yet, alright? Ayame is... No, please. She's my daughter. Not yet. At least wait until 2 years." And she was like, "Dad." And like, Ayame was like, "Dad." And he was like, make sure you treat her right." It's like, "Don't worry, I will." And like, she fainted because she couldn't handle it. And she was just like, there. And due to this, and they were just like over here, chilling, having a good time. But when he did that, they saw. So he took off the mask. And they were shocked because I believe I said he had yellow hair from the crimson one. I'm very sorry about that. I'm not sure which to do. I'll make Naruto have crimson hair in one. Yeah, I'll make sure Naruto has crimson hair in one of them. So let's just go with that, because this is all unscripted. This has been all unscripted, if you're really wondering. Yeah, he takes off his mask. It just so happened Kushina, Naruto, and Minato, as well as some of the Hyugas, as well as the Hyuga came out and they saw this. And it's like, "There, is this what you wanted to know? There, now I can leave and go back with my team. Because I prefer to be with my team than the damn people of this village. Now goodbye. And he's like, wait a second. And Minato yells Naruto. And when he heard this voice, he remembered it. He remembered it so well. And he was immediately brought to anger, but he calmed himself down, just so he didn't end up killing the Hokage. And he saw Minato. He was like, what do you want? I'm like, Naruto, why are you with the cloud? He was like, what do you mean? He's like, why are you there? You're a hidden leaf ninja. No, I never became a leaf ninja. I never even went to the academy for the leaf. If anything, I would rather pledge my loyalty to the cloud. They have helped me. They have given me so much more than this damn corrupted village of yours, Minato. And due to this, I'd rather serve the cloud and even end up going against my own family if I have to. That's what Naruto said. And Minato was like, damn, I must have fucked up this bad. Like, yeah, you did. Anyways, it's still good to see you again, Naruto, sister, mother. But I'd like to get going. I would rather take rest and stay with my team. Because we plan to go, okay, we would plan to have a game night tonight, play some cards, and possibly probably take truth, dare or drink. And they're like, wait, well, you're not legal enough to drink. I am legal enough in the cloud. Fuck off. Because the cloud has a limit of 12 for drinking. And Naruto is 12. Yuto is 14. And Karyui is 12 too. So they all drink. You'll see where this goes. Anyways, due to this, Kushina and Naruto hug her son and big brother, because Naruto always cherished Naruto with love. He didn't show her anything but love, and she thanked him. She thought him was a better big brother than Menma, because Menma was arrogant, spoiled. He thought everything was revolving around him, like those type of spoiled brats. But Naruto loved him for this, and she wanted him to come back, but he told her he couldn't. He's a cloud ninja now, and he has a loyalty to the cloud. And so Donzo saw this and like, the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki gratis with the cloud. I'll make sure he regrets this. And so, with the cloud, normally. And due to this, he's more or less just defined himself as, because they saw that helmet. Minato, Kushina have seen this helmet. All the Jonin senseis and the Hyugas have saw that helmet. That one with the scar on the right side. They were terrified until they saw him lift up the visor. The Hyugas were angered. Minato was angered that the Cloud Ninja is his own son, for God's sake. And the Jonin senseis were like, damn, when they hate this leaf that much, we must have done something to him, because they all fucking forgot what they've done to him. And I'm gonna end this right here, because I'm gonna go back to sleep. I woke up and decided, hey, let me just record a video real quick. So, I head out. If this only has one picture, don't mind it. I don't have an editor. I don't think I'm gonna go into editing or thumbnail. I might later on I might get a thumbnail person, but I don't know. Let's see about that. Anyways, good night. Have a good day. Depending on time zones, have a good night, have a good day. Bye.